Okay, so in this video, we're going to list a product to Amazon per se. Okay, so we'll go to products, product search, and then from product search, we'll search our SKUs, and then we have a piece that I have here. As you can see, this item is not published to Amazon yet. I'm gonna delete this out of here. Okay, so we don't have that external ID. So as you can see for Amazon, we have our publish to Amazon channel, where which you click after creating your categories, you will see publish to Amazon. So in here, I guess home product I'm gonna call it. When you select publish to Amazon, you will then see your L. You could select, essentially the remote ID or the main category. I selected home for mine, and then you'll simply just click add, and then you'll end up with it here. Next, I'll go back to show you guys actual mapping. So the mapping for Amazon, as you can see, I created my own mapping, which would start with mapping cups, mugs, and saucers, and then you would have your Amazon category, cups, mugs, and saucers. Same thing applies for eBay again, but for Amazon you would have that here. Click in here, you can see, so cups, mugs, and saucers. I'm going to copy that just to show you guys how that goes. If I click there, Amazon will let you figure out, where you actually want, this to be listed to. So you go handmade products, cups, mugs, and saucers. So click that, you'll come in with handmade cups. As you can see, save, and that's how it will turn out. Alright, I'm gonna go back to product. So now that you have your, again, departments and categories, again, you'll create your departments, your brands, your publish to channels, and then as you can see, I have Amazon, eBay, Shopify, utilities that you may need, and then your mapping. So in another video, this is covered how to create categories. Some of this information is pulled in from the marketplace when you pull in grandfather listings or listings you already have at the channel, and some you will have to create. But as you can see, if you have your publish to and your mapping, and then have your brands and departments selected, you have your unique identifier, which would be your UPC, or I think they also accept GTIN 14, I believe, or EAN 13. You can select which one you're using. You have your identifier here, your SKU name, inventory for your item. So just for this test, I'll put 10. So just so my inventory is here, I have 10 in my warehouse, 10 in this bin location, which just gives me a total of 10. It's just specifying where it's at in my warehouse. I also have my dimensions, my weight, shipping weight, and my price, and then any bullet points I would like listed for it. So this MPN is different. So have all that listed. Also, you will need to have title and description. So title and description here. If you want your product listed, this is a short description also box. And if you want any attributes, you would have to create attributes. It's an area in here where you can create the standard ones, color and size. So if you wanted color or size here, you would be able to add that here if that's what you're using. Also, any soft options as far as if there were like engraving or something like that, could also be added. And then again, if you wanted this product to land in specific accounts, you can kind of map that in this area. And tax class, if the item had a serial number, and then um, so on and so forth. Your keywords for the item. I believe this field is made for eBay or Shopify per se. You can use keywords in this area and add them. You could also add item bullet points if this was a variation item. The, Alright, we can go back to details. And in details, we'll select here. And we will simply press push item. Then when I push item, the item will list to eBay. You have various statuses here. Action successful. There's when pushing Amazon, you get various feed status. It will push an image feed, a product feed, an override feed, an inventory feed, and a pricing feed. So first one will go as the overall product feed. Then from there you'll get the override feed. From that you'll get either the image or the pricing feed, and then the inventory feed goes last. So the product will land in Amazon in a sequence with a sequence of information over the next 18 to 25 minutes. But the product should essentially end up in Amazon within the next 10 minutes or so. So you can also view certain feed statuses again by clicking into this, and it'll show you it's published. If you click here also, it'll show you what's pushing, which was the last one, product push. It also gives you the XML data to show what was pushed, and as you can see, it shows the little wheel spinning with the no errors, no warnings, and we're just waiting. We're pushing all the information to wait for a response to come back from the marketplace. So also, when I go into the product, there's also statistics, activity log, and within the activity log, you'll be able to see the data that was pushed here. And as you can see, it's spinning because product push is going first. Product data, pricing, inventory. Product data is more so images, and then so on and so forth. This also shows activity log also shows stock adjustments or failed pushes per se, or sales for an item. So you can look at the activity log. You also can look at the activity log to if you have a variation and search per variation, or filter by channel or type, and a date range, of course. Also under here you can see sales history, receiving history, some projections after a time of this item been in the system, and then you can see if some items, if you did RMAs on the item, if the item was missing, damage, or in transit. So simply, all marketplaces works the same as far as pushing. It will be the same situation for Shopify. You would add your publish to and that, and if I wanted to push this to Shopify, I would simply push, and this item should essentially list to Shopify the same way, but Shopify works instantly, and you should instantly see this item in your Shopify backend. So that way it's displayed there. So if I go to Amazon right now from my Jazva, and I go to inventory, manage inventory, I should see this product somewhere inside my system. So if I go to catalog, complete drafts, I see that the item ended up in my drafts, probably because the image hasn't came yet or something. So it's still in a draft state, but it ended up inside my system. So if there's an error with a product, you would see the product here, and you would be able to edit it here per se, but you would still have to do a push. It will let you know what information or what's wrong with it. So it's still pulling the information, so it's still in a draft state. If not, it would end up in maybe a suppressed state. If in neither of those, then it should come as a live listing. Also, if you go to Shopify, you would also see your product. And with your product, as you can see, the mug came into here. And you would be able to see your mug here with all the information, locations where you have inventory. If you had a listing profile, that would show up here. And you can see vendor and product type. So, as you can see, that's listed. This is still waiting. The listing ID for Amazon will usually come in overnight. So even if the ASIN is retrieved and created on the marketplace, we won't see the listing inside of the system until tomorrow morning, because the system only calls for ASIN retrievals one time during our nightly call to the marketplace for Amazon. Also with eBay, pretty much the same scenario here. You have your information if you push to eBay. You should also push the same exact way. Again, eBay will give you a warning most of the time for, let's see, PayPal if you're a new seller. So with this situation, it gave me that information, and then since I'm using a listing template, it's telling me that my listing template was modified to meet eBay's requirements. So it's just merely a warning. The item did push, as you can see, it came back. It's live for everyone. It said you're good to go. So the same scenario works for FBA. If I push FBA, it's simply the only two things that are changed is if you have to create these utilities for matters required and value regulations, and I will be able to push FBA also, and then I would have all four of my listing all four listings for this item at all four channels.